और इस वक्त आपको लाहौर लिए चलते हैं जहां पर आरिफ अलवी इस वक्त तकरीब से खिताब कर रहे हैं।
Situations. I call them irresponsible. You know, we were dumping 420 million gallons or 450 million gallons all into the Arabian Sea. Imagine the stench. Imagine that people were swimming in those beaches. Imagine the fact that the marine life was totally jeopardized, to the extent that in the National Assembly I was aware of the fact and I kept on pushing two main things. One was the destruction of the mangroves, and keep in mind the biggest battle is to fight real estate. Because closer to the city, the real estate is valuable, and the best thing to do was to grab part of the ocean. And there's destruction of mangroves. I raised the question in the assembly many times, and I was lied to, and the country was lied to, and the country was told that there's been no destruction. And I put up, this is unfortunate, and I put up Google Maps to show that during from 2010 and to 2014 or 15, when I was putting these questions up, there was continuous encroachment, destruction of mangroves, and reclaiming the land. When you reclaim the land, what happens? The sea still encroaches elsewhere, and there are statistics there was encroachment of the sea throughout the Balochistan coast as well. But anyhow, I am very sensitive. I have been very sensitive to these issues, and therefore in the Public Account Committee I insisted that a committee be formed to look at the depletion of fishing stocks. It is so disappointing that some of the species, the destruction of those species is not recoverable. And what do I mean by destruction? There's no bomb going on in the sea and there's no blast, but the way the fishing was done, we still catch trash fish, which is bacha fish. Bacha fish, it doesn't develop into mature adult. And what do? We have nets which are very small. The mesh is so small that we catch every type of fish. The result is all this. If there are 10 tons of a truck going through Defence Society in Karachi, for example, taking the catch, 98% of that is trash fish, bacha fish, juvenile fish, and only 2% is probably eatable. Now, for that 2%, and the way you catch them, you destroyed 98% of the future. That was shameful. So, and who else can I appeal to is the Maritime Security Agency, the Pakistan Navy, to help us implement these rules, and I have made those appeals. And I think it is important that the law of the land, and we have revised the law of the land, there is overfishing of the Pakistan coast. There are 18,000 small boats or big boats, whereas we can only sustain about 6,000. So we have passed some regulations through the National Assembly, developing a consensus between the governments of Sindh and Balochistan, developing a consensus that now if no new boat will be licensed, if old boats licenses are given up, one new boat can come up. We also don't want to sacrifice the livelihood of the fishermen along the coast. But imagine the livelihood of the fisherman. His fishing ability has decreased. There is no fish in the sea. And I was a very fond, I used to fish, do deep sea fishing off the coast of Karachi, going up to Churna Island and other places, even going to the continental shelf to look for bigger fish. Like tuna and the fin fishes. And over the years, I started fishing for fun in the 80s. And over the years, sometimes I used to go and catch, going 3 o'clock in the morning to go and fish, and coming back late at night. And I used to get maybe 30 or 35 fishes. And then a time came when I would not get anything, just having sunburned, staying out for so long, not getting any fish. So this is anecdotal. This does not say that the fishes were getting less, but actually what really happened was the fishes were getting less. So if you don't have marine biology along, and imagine some of the figures.
आप इस वक्त देख रहे हैं लाहौर में सदर मुमलिकत डॉक्टर आरिफ अलवी तकरीब से खिताब कर रही हैं।